Today, we are in Epcot for the Festival of the Holidays. I'm gonna be trying over 25 food and drinks and giving you my honest reviews of them all. At the end, I'll fill you in on my top bites and let you know which foods you should probably skip. This is your ultimate foodie guide to Epcot's Festival of the Holidays. This year, the Festival of the Holidays runs from today, November 28th through December 30th. So you have about a month to check out all of the new food, the holiday storytellers, the candlelight processional, ride overlays, and more. We've got a lot of new food to get to today, including some new cookies that have been added to the cookie stroll, so let's move. Speaking of new cookies, our first stop for the festival is going to be the experimental prototype Cookies of Tomorrow. This booth is located inside of Communicore Hall, and it's also where you can meet Santa and see the Spaceship Earth gingerbread display. This is really cool. You're definitely gonna wanna stop in here to see it and pick up some cookies. Here we've got a spread of all three of the cookies you could pick up here, and we're gonna start with this ginger molasses one because it looks so good. This cookie is brand new and it's topped with a cream cheese icing. I'm thinking this is gonna be like a ginger snap cookie, and I love a ginger snap cookie. I'm hoping it's nice and soft when we break into it. Okay, it seems to be nice and soft and chewy there, and I think the cream cheese frosting on top is gonna be a nice addition. Okay, yeah. This is gonna be really nice and chewy. I could already tell. Cheers, our first cookie of the fest. That is a really solid ginger snap cookie. Like I predicted, very chewy on the inside, and that cream cheese frosting on top is loaded on top, which I absolutely love. I think it's a great addition. It's nothing out of the ordinary, but it's a really solid ginger snap cookie. So if you're looking for one in Epcot, come over here. I'd get it again. Another new cookie from here is the prototype cookie. This is a sugar cookie with orange cranberry icing and dark chocolate. So we've got our sugar cookie, we've got our dark chocolate on the top, and we've got our orange cranberry icing on the bottom. Now, there's supposed to be like Spaceship Earth detailing on this, but it's very hard to spot. You really have to like tilt this in the right direction, and the sun has to hit it perfectly to be able to see it. Like, I wish it was more obvious that this was a Spaceship Earth cookie because it just looks like a disc of chocolate on top. So I wish the detailing on this was a bit better. Although I will say I'm happy this is here instead of that gingerbread shingle that they had last year, I believe, because that was not good. That Spaceship Earth gingerbread shingle, I really did not like this. So I'm hoping this one here is better. We'll see. I lost my plate, but I'm not really a fan of this cookie here. It tastes like those bad chocolates that you get in the box where it's like chocolate with orange. And I don't really like that. The proportion of chocolate to like cookie is really off. The layer of cookie is so thin compared to the chocolate. It's just like a big chunk of chocolate, and there's barely any cookie in there. And the flavor combo of the chocolate with the like citrus, it's just not my jam. So I don't really know. Actually, it is definitely better than the shingle that they had last year. So at least there's that, but I definitely wouldn't get this again. We'll round out our first round of cookies with the salted caramel Spaceship Earth cookie. This one is a classic that's pretty much here every year. They've had it for the past couple of years, and we've got like a sugar cookie on top. In the center, there's some caramel, and then the bottom is like a chocolate sugar cookie. We'll break off one of the legs of Spaceship Earth here. There we go. Okay, some nice stretchy caramel you can see. At first I was like, yeah, that's a sugar cookie, but I actually quite like a butter shortbread sugar cookie. So I actually really enjoy this here. It's not super sweet or anything, and it's kind of like boring, but these are the kind of cookies I enjoy, like a sugar butter shortbread cookie. So I actually really like this here. We are going from trying some of the new food at the festival to trying some of my favorite dishes from last year's Festival of the Holidays. Favorites of Festivals Past is located right outside of Communicore Hall, and last year they had some of my favorite dishes at the festival. And I wanted to get them again this year to see if they're as good as I remember, if they live up to the hype, and if they could repeat as favorites again this year. We're gonna start by digging into these Reuben croquettes. They have pastrami, sauerkraut, and Swiss cheese, and they're served with a Thousand Island dipping sauce. Here you get 5 of these crispy little croquettes, and these are super crispy, guys. We'll break it in half. Oh yeah, let me show you guys how cheesy this is. We've got all that pastrami, kraut, and Swiss cheese stuffed inside of this panko crusted shell. And this just looks so good, guys. I can't wait to dig in. I hope it's as good as last year. I am happy to report it lives up to the hype again. It is so crispy, absolutely fried to perfection, so cheesy. It gives me everything I love about a Reuben, but just like fried. So, I mean, it's like even better than a Reuben, honestly. These are so good and like addicting. Like I just want to put away this whole order of 5, but I can't. I have to save room because we have so much more to eat, but so good. I didn't only love the Reuben croquettes from here, I also really loved these brown sugar and mustard glazed ham sliders. These have a cranberry and apple coleslaw on a Hawaiian roll. Here you get 2 sliders and they are loaded up with a thick piece of ham in that slaw. You can see they're on that Hawaiian roll, which is nice and fluffy. This is like a leftover. This is what you do with your leftovers after Thanksgiving or Christmas. I mean, it's ham on a sweet Hawaiian roll. What's not to love? That crunchy slaw on top is sweet, just like the Hawaiian roll, so it adds an extra sweetness. I really love the crunch that the apples give there. But all around, this just like works. This booth is gonna be so hard to beat. I love both of these items, and they seriously might repeat as favorites. I think they're so good, and I think they're both like reasonably priced as well. Both $6, so I think they're great. And these are like both great shareable items too, you know? Share them with someone, you each get a slider, you each get a couple croquettes. Definitely stop at Favorites of Festivals Pass if you're coming to the Festival of the Holidays. I almost said Flower and Garden Festival. Over kind of on the side of Figment, we'll find our next booth, Nochebuena Cocina. They have a bunch of different Spanish style dishes here. We're gonna pick up a nice little drink and a little snack. I am not going to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce the name of this, so we're just going to call it the Christmas Punch. This has apples, pears, guava, orange, dried hibiscus, brown sugar, tamarind, cinnamon sticks, and cloves. This here is served warm and non-alcoholic. Now, I didn't get this in my video last year, but I did pick this up last year with my friend, and I ended up loving this. So I wanted to get it this year to show you guys. This is like unbelievable. I don't know how I had never had this like before last year, and I don't know, but it is just so good. So again, cheers, guys. It's literally Christmas in a glass. It's like warm apple cider, but it's more complex than that because you get those different fruity flavors and the hibiscus and a lot of that cinnamon coming through, and it's perfectly warm. And on a chilly day like it is today, this is exactly what I wanted and exactly what I needed. If it's cool on the day that you're in Epcot, come over here and pick this up. Like, I feel like this is like even better than hot chocolate. This is what I want on a chilly day. This is absolutely fantastic. The warm Christmas punch here. Seriously, come try it out. I feel like it's like hidden. No one talks about it. But now, I hope you guys will. It's delicious. I mentioned a snack, so we also got the pan de jamon. This is a traditional Latin Christmas bread with rolled ham, raisins, and green olives. I'm not a big raisin person, so I'm really not sure how I'm gonna feel about this, but it sounded interesting, and this is new for the festival this year, so I wanted to give it a go. Our second ham dish of the day. I like it. It honestly tastes very similar to the ham sliders we just had. Obviously just not with like a thick Christmas style ham. This is more like lunch meat style ham. But the bread itself is kind of sweet, but it does have a little crisp on the outside. It's not like a sweet Hawaiian roll, but it's a little sweet. I think there's cheese in here as well, which wasn't advertised. If I'm being honest, I was picking a few of the raisins out, so I wasn't getting many of them. But I think if I had to choose one ham dish from the festival though, I'm going for those sliders, mainly because I prefer that slaw on there. I think that slaw really makes those sliders, but like I said, this is good, but best thing from that booth, this Christmas punch. I'm telling you guys, you cannot go wrong with it. I wish they had an option to also like add some alcohol to it too, because that would be great, but alcohol or no alcohol, this punch is fantastic. Oh, this is gonna be great to walk around the rest of the festival with as well. Next, the Swirled Showcase, where they have one of my favorite things to eat almost every single festival. They always have some type of liquid nitrogen frozen dessert, and it is always delicious. Here for the Festival of the Holidays, they have a liquid nitro chocolate peppermint mousse. This features M&M's holiday mint chocolate candies. They make it just before your eyes, and it always comes out looking delicious. Now, you guys know how I am about mint. I am very particular when it comes to mint, I know. So I wish my mom was here to enjoy this with me, because I know this is like right up her alley. She would love this. Now, they've had like a sweet potato one, they've had a pumpkin cheesecake one, and they are always so good. So even though I'm not like the biggest mint person, I have such high hopes that this is going to be amazing, just because all of the other liquid nitro desserts that they have at the Swirled Showcase is always good. It always makes it into my top 5 of the fest list. So even though I don't like mint, I have high hopes for this one here. Oh, the texture is always so satisfying. It's like so crunchy, but then when you get down to it, it's like soft. It's amazing. I am a fan of this. It's so chocolatey, and the texture of that mousse when it's frozen is just so incredible. You can definitely taste that it's chocolate mousse, but it's chewier than your typical chocolate mousse. And you definitely get the mint in there, but it is definitely chocolatey enough for me to really enjoy it. I don't know. I really like this. So if I'm saying I like it, if you really like mint, just know you're really gonna like this here. On our way to Mexico, I pulled off at Holiday Sweets and Treats to get a newcomer to the festival, a hot chocolate flight. This festive flight comes with a sugar cookie hot cocoa, a gingerbread hot cocoa, as well as a cookie butter hot cocoa. I love a good Disney hot chocolate flight. They have a really good one over at Jock Lindsay's in Disney Springs, but this one here is a little bit different. Not only are the flavors different, you're able to customize this a little bit more. So the one at Jock Lindsay's does come with alcohol, but this one you could get with alcohol, without alcohol. You're also able to just get a singular cup of hot chocolate if you'd like. But if you want to get the flight here with all of the different flavors, you do have to get it non-alcoholic, I believe. So since I wanted to try them all, I did get these without alcohol. And the one I am most excited to try is the cookie butter hot cocoa. So that's the one we're going to go for first here. A little artificial tasting. I'm not really quite sure if it tastes like cookie butter, which I want it to taste like cookie butter because I love me some cookie butter, but I don't really know if it tastes exactly like the cookie butter that I want it to taste like. I really wish it did though, but like the hot chocolate itself is good. It's nice and chocolatey, so at least there's that. We have the gingerbread here, which should be good as well. Okay, there's that gingerbread spice. Very, very light on the gingerbread spice though, which I'm not necessarily mad about, but kind of wish they went all out. The flavors are very diluted. Next and last, the sugar cookie. That just tastes like plain old hot chocolate. Yeah, there's no cookie flavor in this one whatsoever. This just tastes like straight up hot chocolate. But overall, like, this is really fun. And I think it's a really reasonable price as well. And you know what? I'm happy they had flavors other than peppermint. I feel like every time there's a hot chocolate flight, they always have peppermint as one of the flavors. So I'm happy they stepped outside of the box and had different flavors. Before we get started on the countries, we do have one more stop, which is gonna be inside the Odyssey for holiday Hearth desserts. On the menu, they do have pretty much the same thing they have every year. Now, I was planning on getting the red velvet cake pop because that is the only new thing I saw on the menu. However, I saw a sign for chocolate ravioli, so I obviously had to order these instead. These are cookie crusted ravioli brownies topped with white chocolate ganache and snowflake sprinkles. Now, these here were not listed on the foodie guide, and after picking them up and looking at them, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that they had leftovers from the Goofy Summer, because these look exactly like the ones that they had over by Communicore Hall. They called them like cookies and cream or Oreo raviolis, but they were really good. But I'm like almost positive after picking them up that they are those exact same Oreo raviolis. But like I said, I remember them being really good. So they just have like a holiday twist now with the red icing. Let's see how they are. Yeah, these are definitely the exact same, which isn't really a bad thing because I like these the first time around. It's literally just like a brownie in a crunchy shell. Now, I do wish, since it's the holidays, they put some type of different frosting or something on top of these because it is just plain frosting, but they're solid. If you didn't try them over the summer, come try them out now. But these aren't going to be like a standout dessert that I'd say you need to get probably, but they are still tasty. I just think we're gonna find better, more festive holiday desserts around the World Showcase. So let's head to Mexico. The Mexico booth usually has some of my favorite foods and drinks of every festival. And for Festival of the Holidays this year, they have a completely new menu. Every single thing on it is new. We got a good sampling of 2 different foods and a drink to try. Now, I must admit, of the drinks on the menu for this year's festival, I'm not really a big fan of either of the options. They had a chai margarita and a horchata margarita. So I wasn't really sure which one to go with, but I wanted to grab one of them because usually, even if I'm like not a fan of the flavors, they usually still intrigue me because I'm a big fan of any of the margaritas that they serve here. So I ended up deciding to go with the horchata one because it has mezcal in it, and I usually really enjoy mezcal. So this horchata margarita here has a cinnamon-infused mezcal, corn whiskey, agua de horchata, and cinnamon horchata rum. Just by the sounds of it, this is going to be incredibly strong. It has mezcal, whiskey, and rum. Those are 3 different kinds of alcohol in here, so I can only imagine how strong this is going to be. The drinks from Mexico are already strong, and with 3 different kinds of alcohol, let's see. I mean, like, you could taste it in there, but it's shockingly very mellow. And it's actually quite nice. Like I said, I'm usually not a huge fan of horchata, but it works together well. I'm not really getting many of those like smoky mezcal hints, maybe just a little bit. But I think the cinnamon on top ties everything together quite nicely. And I just know, if you finish this, you better be careful because this one will get you. You can't taste much of the alcohol, but I'm telling you, it's there. It's definitely there. So if you're looking for a strong drink at this year's festival, this is probably the one for you. And coming from someone who doesn't love horchata, it's quite nice. Now, food-wise, I chose 2 different offerings here. First up, the tostada de carne. This has braised beef tips, slowly cooked Mexican style, atop a fried corn tortilla with black beans, crispy onions, and queso fresco. I did expect this to be a little bit bigger for the price that it was. Here's the thing, I always love the food from the Mexico booth, but I always find the prices to be quite high for the portion. So I'm sure this is gonna taste great, but it's quite tiny. Like, I don't know if you can tell just how small it is from the video, but it doesn't even cover this entire plate here. So it's small, there's not that much meat, but I have faith it's gonna taste good. To no surprise, the flavor on this, absolutely fantastic. I thought the beef was gonna be more like a shredded beef, but it's more in like chunks, kind of like carne asada, but the flavor is more of like birria. And the black beans are like refried beans. This is delicious. It's a tostada. I mean, what could go wrong here? Only issue is the size. It is quite tiny. Like, this isn't enough, but the flavor is delicious. I absolutely love this. I just wish it was bigger. You just need it to be a little bit bigger because trust me, it's so good. You're gonna want more. Last food from Mexico, the tamal de pollo con mole. This has shredded chicken and mole in corn masa, topped with mole negro, queso fresco, crema mexicana, slivered onions, and sesame seeds. All right, let's see what we're working with here. I guess we'll go from this side and break into it. Nice and soft, but I didn't get any meat in that first little break, so we gotta try and get some meat here. Here's the thing, flavor's really good. It's nice and smoky, and I love the nuttiness from those almonds on top and the sesame seeds. Only issue, the proportion of the corn masa to chicken is off. It's just like very bready because there's not quite enough chicken in here. Like I'm just getting a lot of forkfuls of just that corn masa. So I need some more chicken in here. I need the proportions to be a little bit better. And I do wish, just for my personal preference, there was a little bit more of like a creamy element. So I wish there was a little bit more of that crema mexicana on top or some more queso fresco. But the flavors are there. I really like the flavor of that mole sauce. It's nice and smoky. But if I had to choose one of these foods, that tostada is the way to go. That is absolutely delicious. I'm going back to finish that. Next up on our journey around the world is China, where they have pretty much the same thing they have every single year for the festival. However, there is one new dish that we're gonna grab. The new dish in question is the barbecue char siu pork fried rice. This has Chinese lachang sausage, egg, yellow onion, green onion, and sesame. The China booth just disappoints me every single festival, and digging around in this rice, I don't see like really any egg. I mean, there's like tiny little bits and pieces. This is actually the biggest piece of egg that I'm finding. Like if you're gonna claim to have egg in this fried rice, put a couple good chunks of egg in here, but really, there's like two little tiny slivers. I don't know. I wish there were some good chunks of egg in here, but at least there's some good pieces of green onion, so we'll go with that. You know, this has some potential here because I really like the flavor of it. It has a nice, almost teriyaki kind of flavor. It's a little bit sweet. You get that soy in there, so it's like sweet and salty and savory all at the same time. The rice isn't cooked. It's hard and crunchy, this rice. And at like $10, it's $9.50 for a tiny bowl of fried rice with literally nothing in it. And then 3 pieces of pork, which the pork is quite good. I did have a piece of the pork. The pork is good, but for the rice to not be cooked and to just get a tiny bowl of fried rice for literally $10, I mean, you could go to the Chinese takeout down the road and get, what, a pint of really good fried rice for less money. I don't know why the China Pavilion just can't get it together. The quick service, the sit down, the festival booth, every time, it doesn't do it for me. So, yeah, I'm disappointed in this. I remember not liking the noodles last year either. So, another miss for China. I'm just waiting for the day that the China booth can pull off a good festival, but it's not Festival of the Holidays. The next stop on our lap around the world showcase is Germany, where they have some of my favorite foods of the festival every single year. Not only actually some of my favorite foods of the festival, some of my favorite festival foods of all time. So of course, we had to get a clean sweep. We got all 3 foods that they offer at this booth. Here, we've got the fondue, we've got the pork schnitzel, and we've got the Linzer cookie. This cheese fondue is absolutely incredible. It's served in a bread bowl with steamed baby vegetables and marble potatoes. Oh, seriously, guys, this cheese is what dreams are made of. It's served in this bread bowl, and they give you all these vegetables to dip in it. I love dipping the potatoes in there. Those potatoes just burst, but the best part is the cheese. The cheese has this like uber rich flavor. Oh my gosh, a bird almost hit me. It's seasoned so well. It has almost like a little bit of a paprika and either like a wine or a beer. It's kind of like a beer cheese, but it is just so incredible. The potatoes or the bread, they give you the little pieces of the bread from the top to dip in there as well. Unbelievable. When there is a food that is better than this cheese fondue at the Festival of the Holidays, I will be so surprised. It is perfect in every way. The things, the vessels to dip in it, perfect. The cheese itself, perfect. But you guys, if you've been following along for a while, you know my favorite thing to dip in this fondue isn't even on this plate. It's actually this pork schnitzel. So next, we have the pork schnitzel with mushroom sauce, spatzel, and braised red cabbage. Now I'll say, this schnitzel on its own, delicious. It's super crispy. Do you guys hear that? Can you hear how crispy that schnitzel is? It's so great on its own. You really don't need anything. But when you get a piece and you dip it in the fondue, even better. That's the bite right there. Oh my God. It's especially good when you get a little bit of that mushroom gravy from the top of the pork with the cheese there. The combination is so good. If you guys try this, let me know. Comment down below and let me know if you try it out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. But this right here, perfect dinner. If I come to Epcot during Festival of the Holidays, this is what I get. I get pork schnitzel, I get cheese fondue. That's my dinner for the evening. It's the perfect combo. We still have one more thing to try from here in Germany, the hazelnut Linzer cookie with raspberry jam. This is another classic Festival of the Holidays item, a classic cookie to get here on the cookie stroll. And the people are lining up. The Germany booth is one of the most popular booths at this festival. I think they've had the same menu for as long as I can remember, at least. They never change anything up here, and I'm not mad about it for the Festival of the Holidays. This booth is great every single year. Tons of powdered sugar on there too. The cookie itself is very hazelnutty this year, but the jam in there is so fresh. There's plenty of it, plenty of that powdered sugar on top, and the cookie's soft and delicious. It's hard to go wrong with a Linzer cookie. I don't know. This whole food menu in Germany is a knockout. I say order all three. You get a sweet treat, you get some fondue, and some pork. I love all three of these items, to be honest. We're not stopping there in Germany. In the back of the pavilion at Summerfest, they have a new festival drink that I want to try. The warm Apfel cider. This has Jägermeister, and it's garnished with a orange wedge. I don't know, I figured a warm, apple-y kind of drink would be good today, so let's see how it is. And it definitely is. It tastes like an alcoholic version of that Christmas punch we had earlier, which I definitely don't mind. So yeah, it's tasty. You can kind of see the steam coming off of it a little bit. Just what I needed, a little pick-me-up for the rest of the World Showcase. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the Italy booth. You guys know my feelings on the Italy booth, and as per usual, there is absolutely nothing on this menu that sounds remotely authentic or anything I'm excited to try. But as per usual, we have to try it all. We gotta do a clean sweep just to see how bad it all truly is. Guys, I have to laugh. My first thought when I picked up this food was that they should just rename this booth Jersey Shore, because we've literally got like fried Zeppelis, funnel cake, fried Oreo looking things. If you look at the dessert ones, fried food here. And then we've got sausage and peppers. That's literally what this is. In what world is this Italian food? I mean, like, I just don't get it. I truly don't get it. But I have to try this every time just to see how bad it truly is. Like, I just don't get what's going on in their heads. It blows my mind every single time. Every single time I'm truly amazed, shocked, all of the above. And this is a good one here. So first, our fancy word for a sausage and pepper deconstructed sandwich, which has sweet sausage, roasted peppers, and focaccia. The peppers and onions look like they have been cooked for hours. They look so mushy. And look at this sausage. It like wasn't even seared beforehand. This looks so bad, guys. I don't even want to eat this. And I love sausage and peppers. That is one of the best boardwalk foods. A sausage and pepper sandwich, one of the best. This, oh my God. Maybe, just maybe, this would be edible if the sausage had any type of sear on it whatsoever and it wasn't just like maybe boiled in tomato sauce. I don't know. That is so bad. And this focaccia just looks even worse. I'm not even eating that. I'm not even eating that. We're keeping it short and we're moving on to the next. Next is the fried house-made pizza dough with pomodoro sauce, parmesan, and fresh basil. House-made pizza dough, huh? See how it is. The sauce is actually not bad. It's not nearly as bad as the sauce with that sausage and peppers. The sauce is a lot better, but it's just like so soggy because this dough is just like sitting in that sauce. I wish they put some maybe ricotta, mozzarella, burrata, any type of other cheese on here with the parmesan. but it's just like lazy. Like, I don't get how they can't come up with something else. And to top it all off, we've got a dessert version of this. This is fried house-made pizza dough with sugar, cinnamon, and chocolate. Can confirm the chocolate that they're using is Hershey's chocolate sauce. I literally saw it in the booth, and this is just drowning in Hershey's chocolate sauce, which in my opinion is the worst quality chocolate sauce out there. It's definitely not Italian either, I'll tell you that. Couldn't be like Nutella? Why can't they put Nutella on this? Why are we using Hershey's chocolate sauce on a Italian fried pizza? Hershey's ruins it, oh my God. If those were not absolutely drowning in such low quality Hershey's chocolate sauce, that would be the best thing on the menu. But since they are just coated in that sauce, I do not like anything from that booth, as per usual. Just skip it, save yourselves, save the money, please. There really wasn't anything new in America, so we're skipping it this year and heading on to Japan, where I wanted to pick up this strawberry bun. This is a soft pink dessert bao containing sweet strawberry cream filling, and it's finished with a light coconut sauce. I love a good bao bun, and just from picking it up, I could tell you it's nice and soft. You can see the strawberry kind of coming out on the bottom there, but this looks really good. I'm excited to try this out. Let's break it open. Oh, guys, I think we are in for a treat. Look at this filling. Oh my gosh. This looks so good. I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't think it was this, but I'm certainly not mad at it. I hope the filling isn't like artificial tasting. I hope it tastes nice and fresh. Let's see. I don't know how to eat this. It's gonna spill. Okay, so far, this is the winner. This wins best new thing I've eaten of the festival, and it's up there for best of the fest, for sure. First of all, the bun, delicious. I love the bun on its own, and that filling is so good. It's warm. The filling is warm, the bun is warm, fluffy, soft. I'm trying to figure out what that filling tastes like. I guess it tastes kind of like a warm, fresh strawberry, kind of like sugar cookie kind of situation. Because it's not like strawberry compote or like a strawberry kind of filling, but it's like, it almost has like a cookie vibe, like an underbaked cookie or strawberry mousse. I don't know, but it's not like a mousse texture. The texture is different, but like in the best way possible. This is delicious. I guess the texture is kind of like a paste, maybe like a red bean paste, just without the outside of the beans in there. There's a little bit of that like coconut sauce on the plate, and I feel like if they put like more, it will be good dipped in like a coconut, like a strawberry coconut together, but coconut or not, come get this from Japan. This is one of the best dishes from Japan I have had in a while. A lot of times the stuff from Japan doesn't blow me away. This one is. Come try it out. Strawberry bun, so good. At L'Chaim, they have the same thing they pretty much have every year, except they are changing up the black and white cookie this year. It is now Mickey shaped, so I figured we gotta try it out and see if it's as good as years past. I feel like I mention this once a year, every year in my Festival of the Holidays video, but I know a good black and white cookie over in Vaqueros in New Jersey, Clark, New Jersey. They used to sell the best black and white cookies. They closed, got new owners, reopened. And I know there's a lot of people watching that also go to Vaqueros, because every year I get some comments about it, but I'll have you guys know, a little update. I went to the Vaqueros with the new owners. The black and white cookies, they're not the same, guys. They are not the same. They are not nearly as good. I was not a fan. So haven't had a black and white cookie, a good black and white cookie since. So we'll see how this new Mickey black and white cookie is. I want to get a bite from the bottom here. Usually I go ears first for a Mickey dessert, but I want to get a bite from the bottom so we could get some vanilla and some chocolate in the same bite. I mean, it's just not the black and white cookie that I prefer. I like a cakey black and white cookie. I like it to be super soft and cakey, and I prefer a black and white cookie to have like frosting instead of this like hard coating, this like hard chocolate coating. So it's just not my preference of cookie. It's also a little bit dry. So I don't know, it's just not for me. I guess it's like okay. It's probably better than most black and white cookies you could get here. around Orlando, but it's just not for me, not my favorite. The booth that I've been most excited to try all day has been France, and we've kind of saved it for almost last. They have a bunch of new stuff here, and we're gonna start by trying 2 of the new foods. We've got the turkey here, as well as the brand new macaron, which is top of my list here. We're gonna start with the roasted turkey with mushrooms, pearl onions, bacon, turkey gravy, and roasted sweet potatoes. I must admit, $9.25, it's a lot of money for this tiny portion that we've got going on here. And okay, what is this underneath? Oh, it's just like onions and bacon and okay. I thought the onions and the bacon and the mushrooms were kind of going to be in like a gravy, but no, the turkey is just like piled on top of a pile of mushrooms, onions, and bacon. That's an odd choice. That's a choice. Okay, so I guess we'll try a bit of it together. It tastes like a jar of like Heinz gravy. And this turkey, this is like boar's head turkey lunch meat, just sliced thick. It's not like good roasted turkey. Now I'm kind of sad because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get the turkey dinner in America because I'm gonna save it and get it in France because that's new and it sounds cool. It sounds interesting. It sounds honestly better, different. But yeah, it's not great. It comes with these roasted sweet potatoes. Super overcooked. There is zero seasoning, not a lick of salt, pepper, nothing. Whew, this is a rough one, guys. I was so looking forward to this. I was looking forward to everything from France. This really let me down. The turkey just has that like lunch meat kind of like chew. I don't know how else to describe it, but like when you chew it, it chews like lunch meat. Like it's almost like a little rubbery. Yeah. For $9.25, I forgot about the price for a second there, but now I'm mad. Would not get again. Hopefully this macaron is a little bit better. This is a large gingerbread macaron with a spiced filling. This is also $9.25, so this is a very expensive macaron. Now, the design, beautiful. We've got Spaceship Earth, we've got the Eiffel Tower on there, and it says Happy Holidays, and what I'm assuming is Happy Holidays, but in French. The gingerbread filling in there. Let's take the lid off and see if there's anything else inside. Okay. No, I thought that was like another filling, but it's just like the inside of this cookie. The cookie seems a bit hard, but I'm just gonna hope that it's not. Let's see. For $9.25, it better not be. I hope this is good because this is honestly the item that I've been most looking forward to the entire day. So I hope it's good. Let's see. It didn't taste good at first, but after a couple bites, I like the flavor. The cookie, it's hard. It's a little bit stale, which is weird because it's the first day of the festival, so I don't know how this could possibly be stale. At first, it was so spice forward, but like it mellowed out after a bit. And I like the flavor of that filling. The filling is good, but the cookies throw me off a bit. And I really like the design. So I'm a little bit conflicted on this one, but I feel like the main deciding factor in me saying I would not get this again is number one, the price, $9.25. It's not worth $9.25. And number two, there's a macaron that is so much better at Sunshine Seasons, a pistachio macaron. It's cheaper. It's fantastic. I think it's one of the best snacks in this entire park. It's one of my favorite snacks at Disney World right now. It is so good. So if I'm looking for a macaron in the park, I'd get that one over this one. And the price is just crazy for this. I mean, they say it's a large macaron. It's bigger than a regular macaron, but it's not like that big. But it's okay. The flavor is okay. If you want to try it, I say go for it. Hopefully your cookie is not that stale though. But I want to try the drinks from France too, because they have a new drink and an old favorite that I know is going to be good. I can guarantee the old favorite's going to be good. It is drink time in France, and I mentioned a favorite drink, so let's start with the frozen hot chocolate martini. This has vodka, cocoa, and whipped cream, and like I mentioned, never fails me, although it's probably less than ideal weather for this right now because it is chilly, and as the sun's setting a little bit, it's getting even colder, but there's no doubt this is still going to taste very good. It's so rich. I feel like it's richer and more chocolatey than usual. Like, it usually has a lighter color and tastes more like a Wendy's chocolate frosty. But this year, it tastes less like that, which I'm not necessarily mad about, but it definitely tastes like they changed up the recipe a little bit, but this is a classic. Got to get it every year, and it never disappoints. We do also have a newcomer to the menu, though, in France, the French mulled wine. This is flavored with orange and cinnamon spices and served warm. They've kind of just got it in a pot, and they're scooping it out and serving it right to you, and this is still steaming, even though it's been out for quite a bit. This looks and smells really good. See, we're having, I kind of like that each country has a different take on like a holiday punch. We started with the non-alcoholic one from Nochebuena Cocina, which I'd say is my favorite one so far. We had the one from Germany. There were a couple that we skipped, but now we have this French one. Let's see. Ooh. That is definitely mulled wine. That is good. I'd have a hard time choosing which drink to get here. Actually, I wouldn't choose. I just get both. I just do the same thing. Just double fist here in France because both of these drinks are great. They're better than the food here. The lights are starting to turn on in the World Showcase, and we are hitting up our final stop of the evening, Canada. Here they have a new cookie for the cookie stroll, a maple leaf shortbread cookie with a maple buttercream. This looks like it has 2 butter cookies, maybe similar to the Spaceship Earth one we had earlier in the day. I don't know. Let's see how this one is. Final treat of the day. Ooh, it certainly smells very mapley. I could smell that maple. This is the worst cookie I've had by far. I don't think this one is edible. I don't think I could eat this. At least I could like eat the other ones, you know, like even though I wasn't a fan of that chocolate cranberry orange one, I wasn't a fan of it, but I could eat it. This one, I had to take another bite for like TikTok and Instagram. Struggled through it. I really, really struggled through it. The cookie itself, not good, and that filling is sickeningly sweet. Sickening. Oh my gosh, the maple flavor, it's like a butter maple. Like you know when you get like butter maple syrup, like the fake butter kind, the fake butter flavor? That's what it tastes like, but add like 10 pounds of sugar to that. I think they used to have a Twix cookie there. There used to be a different cookie at the Canada booth. They need to bring that back for next year. I'm curious to what you guys think. If you guys have tried this cookie, let me know, because I haven't heard anyone's reviews of this yet, so I don't know. Maybe I just got a bad batch or what, but this might be worst of the fest. I don't know. We're not ending on a high note, but I gotta let you guys know what my favorite and my least favorite things are, so let's do that. We tried 28 different food and drinks at this year's Festival of the Holidays, and there were definitely some winners and some things that were not that great. With that, let's go over our best of the fest, and of this best of the fest list, you're gonna see a lot of them are repeat items. I just find that the Festival of the Holidays tends to have a lot of items that are here every year, and a lot of the best items tend to come back year after year. First up, we have the Reuben croquettes. Those encapsulate everything you love about a Reuben sandwich into a fried, crunchy dough ball. They are fantastic, and I will get them every single year. Also, I can't just pick one thing from this booth, so we're throwing the entire Germany booth on this list. You could get any of the foods here, the Linzer cookie, the cheese fondue, the pork schnitzel, and you are going to be happy. All 3 of these foods are fantastic, and they are all making the list. Our first newcomer to the list, the strawberry bun from Japan. This one really surprised me, but it was really tasty. A dessert bao bun. The bun itself was good and nice and soft, and then the filling, I really enjoyed that as well. I will definitely be getting the strawberry bun again. Moving along to France though, and both France drinks are making this list. Both the mulled wine and the frozen hot chocolate, like I said, you may want to double fist in France because both those drinks are different, but very good in their own ways. And those are my favorite alcoholic drinks of the festival, because potentially my favorite drink of the festival may actually be that non-alcoholic Christmas punch from Nochebuena Cocina. It is perfect for the whole family, and it truly is Christmas in a cup. But now on to the worst of the fest. And I made this list by thinking of things that I definitely would not get again when I come back, and I definitely would not recommend. To absolutely no surprise, the entire Italy booth is on this list. The sausage and peppers and those dough bites are a big no for me. Also, I was not a fan of the prototype cookie. Not only did it not look how it was supposed to, but I didn't really like the chocolate and orange kind of flavor together. I will definitely not be getting that turkey from France again. I wasn't a fan of any of the components of this dish. The sweet potatoes were off, the onion, bacon, mushroom gravy was off, and the turkey wasn't right either. And finally, that maple leaf shortbread cookie was definitely not my favorite. I'd say it might be up there for the worst of the day. Maybe between that and the turkey were probably my two least favorite things, actually. With that being said, Festival of the Holidays ends on December 30th, so you have plenty of time to experience all of the good food and all of the holiday vibes here in the park. Once Festival of the Holidays ends, there are more Epcot festivals around the corner, so if you want to see honest reviews from those, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you don't already. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you to everyone over on Patreon. I really appreciate your support. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.